I'd like to call this meeting of the Town of Sheffield Selectboard for July 21st, 2025 to order and to begin with our first item of business, which is approval of meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from June 16th, 2025.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Item number 3 is action regarding fiscal year 26 appointments. We have 2 appointments to make this evening. We announced them at the meeting on July 7th, and that is Judith Reinauer to the Cultural Council, which currently has 5 vacancies, and Nadine Hauer as an alternate member for the Planning Board. Do we need to make a motion to appoint them? Yes.
I'll make a motion to appoint Judith Reinauer to the Cultural Council and Nadine Hoyer to the Planning Board.
As an alternate?
As an alternate member.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Third, we have a listing of appointment announcements for fiscal year 2026 on a variety of boards, committees, and commissions. We have 4 vacancies on the Agricultural Commission, 2 vacancies for an alternate of 1 year on the Agricultural Commission. All of these are 3 years, unless I state that. 1 vacancy on the Ashley Falls Historic District Commission, 1 vacancy on the Board of Assessors, 1 vacancy for 1 year on the BRPC Delegate Alternate, 7 vacancies on the the Commission on Disabilities. Gail Mullen has put her name forward for one of those. 1 vacancy on the Conservation Commission, 1 vacancy on the Conservation Commission as an alternate, a 1 year, 1 vacancy for the Constable, 4 vacancies on the Cultural Council, a 1 year vacancy for the Fire Chief, but David Ulrich has put his name forward for that. 1 vacancy on the Historical Commission, 2 vacancies on the Housing Commission, 1 vacancy of 1 year for Recycling Coordinator, and 1 vacancy on the Zoning Board of Appeals. And we have 2...
I think there's 2 vacancies on the zoning board.
Okay. It's listed as 2. And we have 2 names here. We have Nadine Hauer and Renee Wood. Anyone that might be interested in these positions can look online or reach out to the town administrator's office and write a letter if they're interested in applying. Volunteers are greatly appreciated and an essential piece of how our town operates. The next item on the meeting's agenda is item 4, discussion and possible action regarding the last payment on the fire truck. Rhonda, would you like to inform us about this?
So the last payment is due in July, but of next year, not this year. But I was wondering if maybe you would like to get an invoice from them and pay the loan off, and that way that is done and we don't have to worry about making the payment next year in the summer when it might be a little bit of a busier time for the board. We have the money appropriated. It was just appropriated at the last town meeting.
Is there any prepayment penalty or
I don't
interest?
believe there's a prepayment penalty. It looks to me like maybe the interest is around $3,400, so I don't know if they would allow us to save that if we paid early. I can find that out if you want before you make your decision.
Doesn't really have any value to the decision. I'd make a motion that we pay off the last payment on the lease for engine 1.
Second.
Great. And I think as a follow-up to that, I think ideally if they would take off some of the interest, that'd be great. If not, I think it's great to get it out of the way anyway. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion passes.
If there is any penalty for prepayment, and we'll take it off the books and just pay it when it's due.
Penalty for prepayment seems confusing to me, but I said though it might not be surprising. Item number 5 is some action regarding resignations. We have 2 resignations from positions, both one of the van drivers at the senior center and a member of Robert Kronk from the transfer station. I know that for both of these people, it was a difficult decision, and I know that they've done a lot of service to town over the years, and we're grateful for all that they've done. Could I have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion that we accept Robert Pronk's letter of resignation and to send him a letter of thanks. And in addition, to accept Steve Hannon's resignation letter and also send him a letter of thanks.
Great. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next up on the agenda is a discussion possible action regarding refund of a zoning board application fee. I think this is in reference to somebody who had applied not for a variance but for a special permit, but maybe had some misinformation about the application.
Right, I believe the applicant was led to believe that this is what they needed to do the project that they wanted to, and that was incorrect information.
And I believe it's $650?
$350.
Or $350, okay.
I'd make a motion that we refund the money for the permit.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The seventh item on here is discussion and action regarding host community agreement for Northlight Labs, which is formerly Sundrops. And I know that this is also sitting before the planning board because they need to make a decision on how this moves forward. But one of the things we would need to do is create a new host community agreement because Sundrops doesn't have an up-to-date host community agreement because when we went through this last round, I think they were already somewhat in transition. Is that right?
It is. You would have had to do an updated one with Sundrops anyway because of the new rules from the Cannabis Control Commission. But because it's a brand-new application through the planning board, you would also need a new HCA.
So I think the hope here is that we maybe could possibly make a vote for using the same language we've used for a number of the others.
The ones that have been approved by the CCC.
Pending approval from the Planning Commission.
Correct.
I'll make a motion pending the zoning, what they have to say for a new host community agreement to be sent to Northlight Labs.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 8 is board member items. Either of you have any announcements you'd like to make?
No, I'm good.
I'd like to make an announcement that the ice cream from down the street is very good. Other than that, I'm in good shape. Rhonda, do you have any town administrator items that you'd like to put forward?
It's just a reminder to come in and get your transfer station stickers before August 15th. A lot of people were in today. We're getting a lot of mail, so just keep that in mind to have it in place by August 15th.
All right. And taxes are due at the beginning of the month too, right?
The first.
The first. I know I always need a reminder because they're sitting on my desk. If anyone has any questions, they can reach out to the office downstairs. Are there any public comments from the audience? This may be our quickest summer meeting ever. And do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit there, Patrick. Thank you all very much for coming.